The US market today looks pretty expensive. CAPE ratio, a metric frequently used to measure market valuation. CAPE stands for cyclically adjusted PE ratio, also known as Shiller PE ratio. Today is at levels seen only in 1929 and during tech bubble.
Anytime the CAPE ratio gets elevated, as it has been for the last few years, the naysayers come out talking about ways to fix the CAPE, fix the methodology, or throw it away altogether.
CAPE ratio has been widely used as a metric of valuation, predicting equity market performance. There is very strong evidence in the United States that it forecasts subsequent returns. There is very strong evidence that we present that it also works internationally.
What we find is that many of the justifications for the currently high elevated CAPE are just that, justifications for currently high elevated CAPEs, and not a justification for increases in the multiple or expansions in the multiple. When you talk about CAPE or any valuation multiple, there's really two obvious things that matter: the current level and whatever the target or fair value equilibrium, whatever you want to call it. For some people, they look at the long-term historical average. In the US, the CAPE value is about 16.6 going back to 1871. There are many adjustments you can make to that. Obviously, the US economy in 2018 is not the same as it was in 1871. Therefore, justifications to the average can be quite common.
CAPE ratios have been very poor at forecasting the future earnings per share growth. Earnings per share growth is mean reverting. After periods of high earnings per share growth, we tend to see sluggish or even slow growth or declining earnings per share growth. These arguments are explanation of what happened in the past. Using this rear view mirror can be dangerous applied to the future.
When we think about the wide variety of adjustments that folks out there make to the CAPE ratio, we try to take as many of those as possible and look at them in this paper. Things like secular changes in earnings per share growth, changes in accounting rules, demography, adjustments for low interest rates, adjustments for changes in volatility at a macro level. In this paper, we try to look at all of those. And what we found is many of those are justifications for a high current CAPE ratio, but not necessarily adjustments for future changes or future expansion in the multiple. Also, we find that many of those are just cyclical adjustments that we don't think will persist into the future.